I have a sister-in-law. She married my husband's brother, and she's a model. Her name's Abigail O'Neill. She started modelling at the age of 36, and they thought she was 17. She lives like this. She's never drunk, she's never smoked. Mind you, there's a bit of genetics there. She's very beautiful. But remember that genetics loads the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. There are many beautiful women that by the age of getting into their 40s, the wrinkles and the cellulitis is coming, but not with this woman.
Stop buying expensive serums. If you've been pouring money into bottles that promise instant wrinkle erasure, listen for a minute. You can get real, visible tightening and better looking skin from something you already have in the kitchen. I'm not promising a surgical lift or a permanent wipe of lines overnight. What I am promising is a simple, cheap, low-risk remedy that gives immediate visible tightening for many people and real, measurable improvement over weeks if you use it the right way. The trick is to combine 3 kitchen ingredients that each do a specific job. They tighten, hydrate, and reduce puffiness. Used together, they create an instant lift effect, and with repeated use and proper daytime care, real improvement in texture and fine lines. I'll explain the science in plain words, give you an exact recipe and timing, show realistic expectations using numbers and studies, and tell you the safety rules so you don't hurt your skin chasing quick results. Before we start, let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? Hit subscribe if you are new for more content like this. Now let's get started. Here's the short version up front. A mask made from fresh aloe vera gel, a little raw honey, and a splash of cooled, strong coffee gives immediate visible tightening for many people because the mix forms a thin film on the skin while the caffeine shrinks tiny surface blood vessels. Over weeks, the aloe and honey help the skin hold more water and can support collagen production, which softens lines and improves elasticity. Some commercial egg membrane ingredients have shown large wrinkle reductions in small trials, but putting raw egg white on your face carries infection and allergy risks. So I'll explain why you can get comparable instant effects with the aloe honey coffee combo without those risks. If you want to keep spending on serums afterward, fine. But try this first. It costs a few cents and it works in 2 ways: immediate cosmetic tightening and slow structural support. Why this works? Think of the skin as a stretchy fabric with 3 big problems that make wrinkles look worse. 1, the surface loses moisture and collapses into creases. 2, small blood vessels under the skin can leak or stay wide and cause puffiness and shadow that make lines pop. 3, the collagen and elastin structure under the surface becomes weaker over time, so the skin can't bounce back. The 3 kitchen ingredients attack all 3 problems. The honey is a humectant. It pulls and holds water into the skin so the surface looks plumper. The aloe contains molecules that support new collagen production and reduce enzymes that break collagen down, which means structural repair over weeks. The coffee, topically, contains caffeine, which narrows blood vessels and reduces puffiness, and it also brings antioxidants that slow damage. The combo creates an immediate film and depuffs the area, while also feeding the skin the hydration and signals it needs to repair over time. Studies have shown aloe can increase collagen markers in skin and improve elasticity and wrinkles after repeated use, and controlled tests of topical caffeine formulations have shown measurable reductions in eye puffiness in volunteer groups. One pilot on an egg-derived topical, which is worth mentioning because it proves that egg components can affect wrinkle contours, recorded reductions in wrinkle measures of roughly 1/3 to nearly half in short studies, though those were small trials. The point is not to tell you to smear raw egg on your face, but to show that natural food-based ingredients can deliver measurable change when the right compounds are used and formulated. Here is the exact kitchen formula I suggest and the step-by-step. Take 1 tablespoon of fresh, clear aloe vera gel, the inner gel scraped from the leaf, or a pure refrigerated aloe gel without additives. Add 1 teaspoon of raw honey, just plain raw honey from the jar, and stir in 1 tablespoon of cold, strong brewed coffee. Let it cool first. Mix to a smooth, slightly runny paste. Wash your face with a gentle cleanser, pat dry, then apply a thin, even layer of this mask to the face, avoiding the immediate eye rim and any open cuts. Leave it on for 12 to 20 minutes, then rinse with lukewarm water and pat dry. Follow with your normal lightweight moisturizer or a small dab of ordinary oil, jojoba if you have it, to seal in hydration. Use this mask 2 to 3 times a week. If you want a daily mild version, skip the coffee and do a light aloe honey application nightly as a hydrating leave-on mask for 10 minutes before bed. The full mask with coffee gives the immediate tightening and depuffing. The daily aloe honey gives the slow hydration and skin support. Why I chose those exact amounts. A tablespoon of aloe gives enough gel to spread a thin film that dries slightly on the surface. That's part of the instant tightening effect. A teaspoon of honey is enough to hydrate without being so sticky it traps dirt. 1 tablespoon of coffee brings topical caffeine concentration into the range where it can cause mild vasoconstriction. That's the mechanism that reduces puffiness and the dark shadow that makes lines visible without irritating most people. If you have very sensitive skin, use half the coffee amount the first time. People respond differently. In one tested caffeine gel, about 23.5% of volunteers showed a significant reduction in puffiness compared with a control, which tells you caffeine helps in many but not all cases. The cooling and film effect of the gel contributed too, so expect variation. If your under-eye puffiness is genetic or caused by fat pads under the eye rather than fluid, caffeine will help less. Don't believe the hype that raw egg white masks are the only instant trick. Egg white can form a tight film and can make skin feel firm for a short while. And some products using processed egg membrane ingredients have shown impressive percentage reductions in measured wrinkle depth in small studies. One example cited reductions in the 30 to 50% range in a short 4-week test. But raw egg whites carry real risks. Allergic reactions affect about 1 to 2% of children and can occur in adults too. Raw eggs can carry salmonella, and if you get egg on your lips or accidentally ingest any, you increase that infection risk. Medical reviewers point out there is little reliable evidence that raw egg white improves skin health long-term, and health professionals warn against DIY raw egg facial trends for safety reasons. If you want the egg membrane benefit, use a finished product that has been formulated and safety tested, or look for products that use processed, water-soluble egg membrane extracts. Those tested ingredients are extracted and stabilized, which is different from cracking an egg and spreading the raw white over your face. Let's be clear on what instant means so you don't set up unrealistic expectations. 2 things can happen instantly. The film formed by the mask tightens the surface of the skin, smoothing fine lines temporarily, and the caffeine constricts small blood vessels and reduces surface puffiness, which decreases shadows and the visual depth of lines. Both effects can be visible within 10 to 20 minutes and can last several hours. What won't happen instantly is permanent collagen rebuilding. That takes weeks. But there's good news. The same ingredients that tighten and depuff will also help your skin over time. Aloe has been shown to increase collagen production and reduce enzymes that degrade collagen, which leads to measurable improvements in elasticity and wrinkle appearance after repeated use over weeks. Honey, used regularly, shows increasing moisturizing effects in a dose-dependent way over a 4-week period, so the surface plumps and stays hydrated. Together, the short-term cosmetic effect, plus the long-term structural improvements, are what make this kitchen remedy truly useful, not just gimmicky. How this compares to commercial serums you may be buying. Many serums are built around the same ideas: water-holding molecules, antioxidants, caffeine or peptides to firm tissue, and actives that encourage collagen. The difference is formulation. Stable serums deliver consistent concentrations into the top layers of skin, and they often contain preservatives and penetration enhancers that let actives work better. A homemade mask is less controlled, but it has 2 advantages. 1, it's cheap. The same jar of honey or aloe gel could last you months, compared with a $50 to $200 serum that runs out faster. 2, it has lower risk of harsh additives that can irritate. The downside, the ingredient concentration and penetration are lower, so the long-term structural gains are usually slower and less dramatic than a well-formulated retinoid or peptide serum. If you want the best of both worlds, Treat the kitchen mask as a fast, cheap way to get immediate results and hydration, and reserve targeted serums for daytime or nightly treatments that you want to rely on for long-term collagen rebuilding. In other words, this mask is not necessarily a total replacement for every serum, but it is a powerful, inexpensive first move and a safe way to test active concepts before investing in high-priced products. Practical tips for best results and safety. Always do a patch test on the inside of your wrist or behind your ear before applying any kitchen mix to the whole face. Wait 15 to 20 minutes and look for redness, itching, or burning. Avoid this mask if you have open cuts or eczema flares. If you have acne-prone skin, perform a small trial. Honey is generally antibacterial, but oils can trigger breakouts in some people. Aloe is usually safe for acne-prone skin, though. Avoid getting the coffee into your eyes. The thin skin there is very sensitive. If you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or on immune-suppressing medication, check with your healthcare provider before starting any new topical routine that includes raw food ingredients. And again, do not put raw egg white on your face if you can avoid it. The risks are real and unnecessary when safer alternatives give similar immediate effects. For immediate effect, take a before photo of your face in the same light and angle, apply the mask, then take an after photo 20 to 30 minutes later. You'll often see smoother skin and less puffiness. For longer-term progress, use this mask twice a week and do a simple skin check each week for a month. Measure how many fine lines you see in a defined area, for example, crow's feet on one side, and note changes. In small published tests of formulated egg membrane topicals, researchers reported average wrinkle reductions in the mid-30s% at 4 weeks for lower concentrations and up to around 48% at higher concentrations in tiny samples. That shows food-derived ingredients can move the needle measurably in short time frames when properly processed and used consistently. Honey studies that measured hydration reported a steady increase in moisturizing effect over 4 weeks that was proportional to the honey concentration used. Those are not magic numbers you should expect exactly from a DIY mask, but they show the scale of change possible when the active compounds are present and used over time. A few advanced tweaks if you want to experiment safely. First, use cooled brewed coffee rather than instant crystals if possible. Brewed coffee has a mix of caffeine and polyphenols that help antioxidant protection. Second, use pure aloe gel from the plant or a product with 95% or more pure aloe. Avoid additives like fragrances that irritate. Third, if you want a slightly stronger tightening film without raw egg risks, add 1/2 teaspoon of cosmetic-grade hydrolyzed collagen powder to the mix. It won't instantly become collagen in your deeper layers, but hydrolyzed proteins can form a film and feel tightening on the surface. Fourth, for daytime use, you can make a lighter version by diluting 1 teaspoon of honey and 1 teaspoon of aloe into a creamy moisturizer and using it as a quick morning boost. It won't give the immediate caffeine depuffing, but it will hydrate the surface and reduce the look of fine lines. Keep in mind that the strongest and most repeatable long-term anti-wrinkle results will always come from sun protection during the day and using proven actives at night like retinoids, peptides, and vitamin C. But this kitchen remedy gives you a low-cost way to get both instant results and real supportive benefit. Common questions you'll ask and my straight answers. Will this erase deep wrinkles permanently? Number: deep static wrinkles caused by years of collagen loss and structural changes often need more intensive interventions. Will it flatten fine lines and make you look fresher in the morning? Yes, for many people. Can it replace sunscreen and a proper night serum? No, sunscreen still matters as the #1 long-term prevention. Is it safe to use under the eyes? Use carefully, avoid the immediate eyelid margin, and be cautious if you have very thin skin under the eyes. Can it cause breakouts? Some people with acne-prone, oily skin may react to honey or oils. A patch test will tell you. Does it work for all skin tones and types? Yes, the basic mechanisms, hydration, vasoconstriction, and surface film formation, are broadly useful, though individual response varies. How quickly will you see long-term improvement? If you use the mask twice weekly, and protect your skin from sun damage, plus hydrate and sleep well, you can expect measurable improvement in texture and fine lines over 4 to 12 weeks. A quick note on what not to mix with this mask and what to avoid after use. Don't use strong exfoliants on the same night, no chemical peels or high-strength AHA/BHA within 24 hours, because the film can trap acids against the skin and cause irritation. Don't add citrus juice straight into the mask. Lemon or lime can be photosensitizing and cause irritation for many people. Do not sleep in the full coffee-containing mask. Rinse it off so the film doesn't flake or irritate overnight. After rinsing, use a simple moisturizer and sunscreen the next morning to preserve any gains and prevent new damage.
And increasing the circulation of the blood to the skin keeps the skin nourished, so that can slow down aging. Now, it's not a surprise that the movie stars pay $1,000 a week for the human growth hormone. Well, I'm offering it to you cut price today. 15 minutes, high-intensity interval training a day will cause a release of the human growth hormone, which remains active for 24 hours. Now, that's a bargain. I mentioned my sister-in-law, Abigail O'Neill, who's a top model now. And when you look at her pictures, you think you're looking at a 20-year-old girl, and she's 48, and she does this every day. So she's getting the human growth hormone, but she's getting it the way God planned for us to get it. Remember what I said earlier, everything we need's in here. It's in here. Everything we need, God has supplied in our body.
Finally, if you insist on spending money after trying this, spend it wisely. A targeted peptide serum or a properly formulated caffeine-containing eye cream can complement this kitchen work. But try the kitchen route first. It proves the mechanism and gives immediate feedback without you having to commit to a pricey bottle. You'll likely be surprised at how much difference good hydration and mild vasoconstriction make to the look of lines. If after a month you still want more, then consider a clinically tested topical product or see a cosmetic dermatologist for stronger options. To close, this is not snake oil. The combo of aloe, honey, and coffee does two things at once. It gives you quick cosmetic tightening and depuffs the skin in minutes, and it supports improved hydration and collagen signaling over weeks. Studies and trials show that food-derived actives can and do move measurable skin markers when used consistently, and there are safer ways to get those benefits than slathering raw egg whites on your face. Try the mask exactly as I described, track results with photos, do a patch test, and pair it with daily sunscreen. You'll save money, avoid harsh chemicals, and get the kind of instant pick-me-up that makes you look fresher while you build slow, meaningful gains under the surface. Give this kitchen remedy a try tonight before you buy another pricey serum. Take a quick before and after photo and see the difference for yourself. If it works, hit subscribe, drop a comment with your results, and check the next video for a simple night routine that helps the effect last.